Brandon may have deleted the video for Nina. I said, But yeah, Brandon may have deleted Willow's video for Nina. I said he just don't care when it concerns him getting what he wants. Alexa said that Michael and others are more likely to have shot Drew than Willow. I said, yeah, okay. Lulu blocked Britt from contacting Rocco. I said he finna be mad at her next. He already mad at one parent. He finna be mad at the other one now. Brad is back. And I said, yeah, he gonna be the one. He gonna probably be the one to learn that Portia messing around with Isaiah and tell it. Tracy and Michael still talking in public about perjury. I don't know why I say personal, about perjury and him lying and stuff like that, and how she willing to lie and everything. I said, They say that Chase supposed to arrest 2 people this week, but I said it really should be more than that, cause all these folks should be on video. The traffic cam should show all their cars going to Drew house. Look, I was like, I said, first of all, because they still ain't said nothing about Kai fingerprints being on that doggone baseball bat. That's one thing. Then, like I said, Kai and Trina, they say Kai and Trina was in separate cars. Either way it go, whether it's one car, 2 cars, they should be on camera as well. They should be on camera as well. But yeah, they saying now that Willow, she drove to Drew's house. I thought they said she was going in that direction or something like that, and she was like, she just drove by. And I was like, look, everybody's saying something different. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life of Chess for General 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. What did y'all think? Did y'all like the episode? But yeah, oh snap, 17th. We in the 20. What's today? Wednesday, 18, 19, 20, 20. Oh, I forgot. Let me write that down. But well, yeah, what did y'all think of the episode? Today was just about, court starting and stuff like that. Well, it wasn't just about that, but mainly everybody was preparing and stuff like that. Excuse me. Dante and Lulu. Dante ends up stopping by to ask Lulu about Rocco. How's he doing? Is he still mad and stuff like that? And they both were talking about how they going to the courthouse and everything. But she ends up seeing a text message that Britt sends to Rocco. Because Britt was responding to Rocco texts and stuff like that. And the noise came through. I said, oh, Lord, Lulu don't seen it. I said, Lulu don't seen it. So she took her tail to the hospital, told Britt she needs to stay away from her son. And she was telling her how he the one reached out to her. And she was like, it don't matter. She was like, what am I supposed to do? Just ignore it? And she was like, yeah, you're supposed to ignore it. She was like, if you keep on, you're going to push him away. And she wasn't trying to hear none of that. She got mad. She left and she went to the courthouse. And I said, well, technically she's right. He done made it very clear, first of all, that he gonna do what he want to do or whatever, because obviously with Dante. He done made it very clear that he wants a relationship with her. He wants to get to know her and stuff. They not listening at all. He's already mad at one parent, which isn't to say that you can't be a parent or lay down ground rules and stuff like that because your child is mad at you, because you still it's gonna be days. Look, I'm talking like I know. I'm assuming that there are gonna be days where they're gonna be upset with you, but you still gonna have to do what you gotta do. So I understand, but at the same time, it's like one parent already talking about what he ain't gonna do in regards to Dante. I said, you next, Lulu. You're next. When he find out she don't block him. But yeah, she told her that she needs to stay away from her son and stuff like that. So she was like, she gonna block her, and she did. So she tried to send another text message, and it wouldn't go through. But yeah, what else happened with Britt? Britt and Elizabeth. Elizabeth was telling her basically she can't be on her phone and stuff. Lucas came up. He ends up giving her a letter of recommendation, and she was like, it's not what she wanted him to give and stuff. And he was like, he already sent the letter. He already sent it now. And she's like, so she just gotta wait to see if Brendan actually gives her or helps her get her medical license back. I said, everybody out for self. I said, well, if that's the case, he over here helping Nina delete video footage and stuff. Maybe he can help her get her doggone job back, get her medical license back. Now, we don't know officially if he actually helped, but Nina seems very confident. I mean, she don't seem confident before, so, that's nothing. But it's the way Dante received the message and he got up to leave. Or whatever. But yeah, people are speculating that the 2 people that's going to get arrested is Michael and Tracy because they both lied. Then somebody said Michael and Jacinda. I said, there's a whole bunch of people that need, if we really being honest, all these people, they need to they need to go back to the drawing boards, because the fingerprints on the doggone back, it's the fact that they said they wanted all the video footage of, traffic cams and stuff like that showing cars that was going to Drew house. They got Willow. They have, first of all, well, I guess because he with the WSB and stuff, he able to access all that stuff and delete it. But I was like, it should be Willow on there. It should be Michael on there. It should be Tracy car. It should be Kai and Trina. I don't know if Willow wasn't the one who shot him. It should be another car. Because at this point, I don't even know if Willow did it. But they did show Michael again. He had a flashback. But it was the same thing. He got in the car and he was just sitting there and stuff like that. But him and Willow keep exchanging looks and everything. I was like, did he see something? People are also saying that they think that he has video evidence showing her, committing the crime or whatever. But they ain't actually showed him walking up there. They just showed him getting in the car. They just showed him getting in the car. So I don't know what. I assume that if she did do it, he got something on her. I don't know. Maybe it's her bringing the weapon to the house or something. But then you gonna have to explain that he did actually frame her. Well, not frame her, but go back and get the weapon himself. Because they've been saying that he's the one who framed her and he the one planted it there and stuff. But yeah, I was like, they need new detectives and stuff. Because they ain't doing this right. They need to get some new detectives and cops. And I'm about to say 88 Turner, Lord, district attorneys and all this other stuff. Just go back to the drawing board because these people ain't conducting this doggone investigation correctly. And not only that, they said on today's episode he got shot in September. It's December, about to be January, and we still don't know who did it. Maybe this week, y'all, it kind of seemed like we finna find out. But hopefully, look, I'm just hoping that Drew don't get away with what he trying to do. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that he don't get away with it. It's been too many times he don't got away with doggone stuff. But hold on, what else? But yeah, we talked about Britt and Elizabeth. Elizabeth was talking to Lucas about him trying to help Britt, even though she was ungrateful and stuff like that. Excuse me. Portia and Curtis. Portia ends up telling Curtis that there's been a change of plan. She's not going nowhere with him. She decided to stay there one more day. But by the end of the episode, she was gone. She was gone with Isaiah. He's still trying to convince her to come. I said, this because Curtis always everywhere. He ain't got no business being there. He over here at the court. You supposed to be staying away. They already trying to lock you up. You don't take your tail to the doggone courtroom. You need to be watching your wife. The freak. Hold on. Every time these folks over here doing something they ain't got no business, I'm like, okay, Curtis, Latrina, or somebody, both of they got both their tails. They both their tails over here at the courtroom. She's talking about so she could just say she a clingy girlfriend to her boyfriend, some crazy stuff. I said, oh. I was like, look, y'all always somewhere y'all ain't got no business. But I said Brad back now, so maybe Brad gonna be the one to put two and two together and figure it out and expose these folks. Portia said Brad has this way of finding out secrets. I said, you know what? He do, don't he? Didn't he know about Robin being alive that time? I said, he do be finding out stuff, don't he? But yeah, I said both they tell sitting up there in the doggone courtroom and stuff. Hoping one of them walk in on these folks. She was just talking to Isaiah when he came back in. When he came in, he wanted her to come there and stuff because she was saying how she gonna go back to the Metro Court stuff. And he's like, or you could come to, the cabin or whatever. And she's like, no, because Trina and Curtis, they don't need to know about nothing they got going on. He was like, well, I could just say that I let you stay there. I said, that'd still be suspicious. Why are you staying at another man's place? That definitely would be suspicious. I said, that would be definitely suspicious. That don't make sense. You a married woman. I mean, he running around like he ain't married too. Like, both of them might as well get a divorce. But yeah, I was like, why? Either way it goes, I could just say I let you stay there. Why would you let this main wife stay somewhere? I don't know. But yeah, what else? I think before Isaiah came in, that's when Brad showed up, and he basically she figured out that he done went through all that money. I said, didn't he get him $1 million and he already done spent it? Well, yeah, she was like, you blew through that money, then you? Basically, yeah, he blew through the money. So he over here talking about some no hard feelings and all this stuff. And he told her how, even though he ain't got no physical evidence, he still know what she did and trying to threaten her. Isaiah came in like he running something and kicked him out. And he told her he'll be back. And she told Isaiah he better be careful around him because, he has this ability to find out secrets. And I said, you right, he do. He definitely do. For years, he been finding out stuff he ain't had no business knowing. But yeah, Nina and Carla still over here going back and forth about who could have been the one who shot Drew. It was Willow. No, it was Michael. Michael gonna pay, but maybe it was you, Carla, or maybe it was you, Nina. They just doing the same stuff that they always do. Both of them just like I told y'all. I always said it. They both were like Nina. She never learns. I don't think Carla learned either, but Nina worse. I think Nina worse than Carla. I might be wrong, but yeah, it's because she be giving every opportunity and she just blow it. You just come on now. But yeah, they one the same. And don't forget Jocelyn. She just like them too. But yeah, they just started going back and forth about who it was, and Carla had came in at the end because Nina was on the phone calling Brandon trying to see if he actually got the video footage deleted, and she thought that Nina was trying to make arrangements so Willow could go on the run. She was like, you don't know what you're talking about, and that's when they started the back and forth and stuff like that. Excuse me. Christina stopped by. She was just checking on Alexis and stuff like that. Then Drew and Willow came. And that's when Alexa was saying or warning Willow that she needs to not be so emotional and stuff like that because they're gonna think she unstable. They're gonna think she unstable, and they just don't never want to listen to her. She's so desperate. I said, even what if she do get him off? I mean, get her off, get Willow off, and he still tell her she can't see Scout. You know better than to trust him. You know way better than to trust him. His whole thing has been getting Willow and the kids and then leaving. That's been his whole thing. Yeah. She over here fighting hard to get Willow released and stuff. Talking about she don't think she did this and all this other, trying to convince the jury that she didn't do it, that everybody else more likely to have done it than her. I said, I don't know. I said, I thought that she did it, but now the longer they go on, the more she ain't do it either. The more I think it's gonna be somebody we least suspect. But at the same time, like, I would more so think it was Willow than anybody, because they keep saying how they don't think it's her. She keep lying, and they keep mentioning how this the second time she done lied about her alibi or whatever. I said, look, until they actually show us who did it, we don't know. We don't know. Everybody still arguing about the same thing. We don't know until they show us. They could say that Carly did it, even though that's crazy, but I'm just saying how the writing be going. They could show that Carly the one who did it. And look, we all be thrown off, because nobody would be expecting it. But yeah. What else? Let's see. Or they could have actually said Tracy did it. We don't know. We really don't know. Somebody said they think the writers. I think I said this before. Somebody said they think the writers forgot themselves who did it. I said right, they had to. It was since September. I was like, look, they just playing it by ear. I said I don't think they know who shot him either. But yeah. What else? Let's see. I already said she was telling Willow not to be so emotional and everything. Michael and Tracy still talking about him, and she's talking about how she want to protect him for Monica's sake, and he's like, he promised that he didn't do it. She was like, she don't know how to tell if he lying, and I said, nobody do. Because he be like, this man is playing his part real good. The other Michael did too. I said, it's crazy because like both doing good. But yeah, or they both did good anyways. But yeah, they still talking about that. She talking about how she gonna get up there and perjure herself if it means protecting him for Monica's sake. But she might get in trouble. She might be the one to get arrested too for lying and stuff. But I said again, they need to go back to the drawing board, because y'all ain't investigate everybody. Y'all ain't even do the right evidence. Y'all ain't get the right evidence or all the evidence and stuff. How you gonna make a decision y'all don't even know? Then the fact, I said, I'm surprised they ain't threw it out. Can they do that? Because you can keep arresting people and then it's proven, oh, they didn't do it, or you don't know if they did it. Oh, you think it's this person. I said, can it actually be thrown out? I don't know. But yeah, Kai and Trina show up. He asking why she there. She just making excuses because she want to find out and stuff like that, because she worried one of her parents gonna go to jail and stuff like that. And we talked about Elizabeth and Lucas. We talked about Fortune Bread. It ended up starting. 88 Turner was saying why Willow could have did it, her motive and everything. Alexis got up there and said Michael had more reason and stuff like that. Just trying to make it seem like Michael just this and that. And I was like, Michael is kind of like, I don't want to say he crazy, because we seen him be angry and stuff, but I don't know how to explain it. The man is playing this part. I said, look, I was starting to think he did it. I said, did he do it? I said, I don't know. I really don't know who did it. It's just the way he's reacting. And they was arguing in the comments about whether or not, he got evidence of her doing it. And they was like, why would he wait all this time instead of just showing them? I was like, I don't know. I said, I don't know either. I said, I really don't know. But he do act like it's more to it. And also, who was that? Who was that saying? Was it Tracy? I think Tracy said on today's episode, she was like, Michael's hiding something. She was like, she could tell that he's hiding something. So maybe it is that he's seen something. Maybe he knows, or he's seen her car, or he's seen her go up there. I don't know. Because he claimed he just got back in the car. That's what he said. But they did a flashback, but they just showed him getting back in the car. I'm assuming the next time they show him and they do a flashback, they're going to show him actually seeing something. That's what I'm assuming. But yeah, it's like, look, everybody guessing at this point. We don't know who shot the man because they ain't told us nothing yet. They keep making us think it's one person. Then they see somebody else, and I said they don't know. They forgot. Maybe it started out being Michael, then next thing you know, they changed their mind, said they wanted to be Willow. We don't know. But yeah, Alexa was telling about, all these other people who could be more so a suspect than Willow. Curtis over here looking all scared and stuff. I said, that don't make sense. Like, why would y'all come? Like, I know y'all want to know what's going on and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, they trying to lock you up. They trying to lock you up. But yeah, let me see if I missed anything. Carla thinks that Willow about to be convicted. Lucas and Brad had a conversation. He seemed like he still want him to meet. He seemed like he still want Brad to meet. I don't think he like Marco the way Marco like him. I might be wrong, but I don't think he want Marco as much as he wanted Brad. Well, yeah, they had a nice civil conversation and stuff. He ends up telling him how they don't move in together and everything. But yeah, I think Brad's trying to get his job back. Excuse me, I guess he'll blackmail some more people to get his job back. But yeah, he ends up seeing Britt. He was mad because she didn't tell him she was alive, and they end up making up and stuff like that. I said, good, because she need more friends, because poor Jason out here just keep trying with the good, and she still ain't learned nothing. I said, what's that it? What did she say? Was it today's episode or the yesterday's episode? She said something. I was like, this girl don't know what. You in danger, and you keep on playing. You keep on playing like it is some sweet or something, girl. They trying to take you out. They trying to murder you. They tell you without telling you that they gonna take you out of there, and you over here still playing games. But yeah, he mentions he still know what she did. What it is? Oh, Brad. Brad spent all the money. He want to start over. He mentions he still know what she did and stuff like that. And I say he may find out about Portia and Isaiah. But yeah, let me know down below who y'all think finna get arrested. Who Chase finna arrest? I said he gonna be happy to arrest Michael. If he arrested Michael, I said I would hope that he wouldn't be the one to get arrested. I would love it if he had to arrest Will, even if he had to get Michael too. Both of them go to jail. But no, I don't know. I really don't know. Portia tells Isaiah to be careful around Brad. Lulu wants Brad to stay away from Rocco. Lucas tells Brad him and Marco moved in together. Drew got shot in September. Nina was smiling. Oh, I already said Dante had got a text message or something. He ended up leaving. Turner was smiling and stuff. Then she turned around looking for Dante. He was gone. She looked worried. She looked worried. But yeah, Nina just sitting up there smiling and stuff, proud of herself. I said, I hope they got more evidence. But nah. That's it, y'all. That's the last of the review. I think I just seen a comment saying that somebody saying they don't agree with how Michael been behaving and how he trying to keep Willow away from the kids and stuff like that. Now, at first, hold on. Now, before she was running around grabbing babies and stuff, I was like, okay, now. I said, I do, like, the one thing she should have did, I think that's all because of Drew and how she acted. Not just all because of Drew, because how she acted. The man was the reason why. And they keep telling you, you can see your kid. You could have been saw your kids had you separated from this man, but you didn't want to do that. And now we've seen her grab a baby. She need help. She need help. Maybe whoever said that maybe she had split personalities or something like that, and she forget what she do. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know, but you can tell she need help. You definitely can tell she need help. You grabbing babies and stuff. Of course you need help. I don't know why they let Nina crazy tail out. To be honest, why you did they ever when she cut that baby out the girl's stomach or whatever? Did they ever lock her up or send her to the loony bin? She shouldn't be out either. If we're being honest, I'm surprised they ain't bringing that up in court. The fact that she's her daughter and maybe she inherited the crazy stuff from her or something. I don't think they brought that up. But yeah, and not to mention Nell. But I think they did mention Nell. I think they definitely mentioned Nell though. But yeah, I think that's everything though. I'm interested to see the last 2 episodes for this week because it should be getting interesting. Hopefully it's gonna be over. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe.